happy Pride Month, everybody. I hope your Pride has been excellent. I hope you've been out and proud. I went into the grocery store the other day. I went to the grocery store the other day, and there was a guy, not joking, wearing a MAGA hat. Wow, I know. Not many of those.
I throw out my cooking regularly
where I live
when I fuck it up and the dish just doesn't work. I'm not going to choke it down.
Where was I? Fucking Dave. The fuck, man? Shut up, Dave. What was I saying? Oh, the other day, I went in to the store, and I saw a guy wearing a fucking MAGA hat. Okay? He was wearing a MAGA hat, and it was annoying to me. I don't see a lot of MAGA hats where I live. I'm sure they're around. I don't see a lot of them. And so as he was walking out of the store and I was walking in, I said, "Happy Pride, brother." And then I walked in. And it was not passive-aggressive. It was just regular aggressive. No, he was an older guy. Happy Pride, brother. Anyway, so that's how the kind of energy that we're taking into this video, which is called The Truth About the LGBTQ Infiltrating the Conservative Movement, which is with Brandon Tatum. Alpha male, obviously. Not gay. Not gay. And, of course, Bryson Gray, who has come on this program before and talks to me on Twitter and is a dumbass. And is definitely not gay, okay? They're not gay fellas. The truth about the LGBTQ infiltrating the conservative movement. Big T time.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies, welcome back to the Officer Tatum Show. I have a special guest coming in right now.
Dude, so how aware are people like Brandon Tatum and Bryson Gray that like white people use them the same way they use that like Chris Rock stand-up back in the day? And he was like, there's a difference between the hard R and the soft A. And he did a whole thing and essentially was trying to, like, he gave white audiences, like, essentially like a weird fucking N-word pass that boomers still use to this day. You still hear that shit. This is essentially the same thing. This is not different. This is profiting off the same exact phenomenon. Anyway, let's carry on. Not gay.
One of my good friends and somebody that I trust, especially in the Christian arena and movement, because most Christians are just
which is not
lame
gay.
Ducks. But my homeboy is probably one of the top people that I trust in the entire country when it comes to Christian.
Was gay or something.
Which they're not, Dr. Gamble. Please do not put in this video anywhere that these two are gay, because they are not gay. They are straight men.
And rap music and conservatism. Help me welcome to the show, Bryson Gray. Can you hear me?
Dude, are they going to fucking kiss? Oh my God, look at the way they're looking at each other. Oh, I got chills. Okay, so this isn't gay. This isn't gay. The way they're looking at each other isn't gay. It's totally explainable. What is happening here is a phenomenon called I've surrounded myself due to my capitalistic pursuits. I have surrounded myself with white people, so it's nice to see another black guy. That's the gays, okay? Not the gays. The gays with their eyes, okay? Please stop putting in chat that it's gay. This is not a gay thing. This is, yeah, it's bro. These are bros. They're brothers.
Yep, yes, sir.
Ooh, he licked his lips. Shit. Huh.
All right, man. Yeah, so I appreciate you coming on, man. I know you're a busy man. You're traveling right now. You're doing an event. I think in Missouri, right? You're having a show.
Oh, he's fucking sucking on that lip. Keeps sucking on his lips, looking at Brandon over. Oh shit.
So I want to talk to you about a few issues, man. You know, first things first.
It's the third one. Look, maybe he's into beef. Maybe he's into beefy guys. Brandon's a big fella. There you go, man.
When it comes to Pride Month, what's your thoughts on Pride Month, and how should Christians appropriately address Pride Month?
If I was gay or something.
If you've never seen Bryson Gray talk, he is a super homophobic guy, so you know, and transphobic and everything. So, doth protest too much on your bingo if you have a bingo.
I think Christians should address it. And you don't have to do it every single Pride Month. You don't have to be like me. You don't have to be like Tyson James. But I mean, sin, especially sin that's getting promoted this much as homosexuality, should be called out all year round. And especially when it's being pushed in your face more during things like Pride Month, where they have pride parades for people. For some reason, gay people love being naked, so they outside naked around children. This stuff should be.
For some reason, I like being naked, bro. No one's being naked around kids. Anytime you've seen a picture of some kid and then there's like naked people in a parade, it's because there are parents that decided to take their kids to that event. Okay? You can have your beef with that person, all right? I wouldn't take my kids to the thing, but kind of just because they're like ball and chain situation, right? Like, you're going to drag me down while I'm out here at the kink parade. I don't need fucking Susie out here needing water or whatever. I'm thirsty. Look, we're at the kink parade. Get out of here. We can have, I think, I know Bryson would never agree with this. I think you could have nudity in real, like, nudity and being embarrassed about it is a Christian construct. This literally comes from the Bible. Like, I'm fine with, not having, sexual shit going on around kids and stuff. Because there's some, I definitely agree that we should have some discretion. But I mean, just in general, like, I don't mind having, like, nude sections of society or whatever. Like, you don't want to wear clothes? Fucking don't. You don't have to here on the beach or whatever, wherever you designate that shit. That sounds dope. This, like, I don't like to wear clothes. I don't want to not wear clothes in public. I'm more of a
Fuck bicycles.
More of a cave monkey type nudist. Like, I'll just ape out in my living room or something, and then suddenly my clothes are off. Right? That's kind of my nudity. I think that's kind of most people's. But like kink in general, like wearing leather or something is not. A kid doesn't fucking know anything about that and isn't going to be influenced. Like, I have seen. Can you believe, growing up in the 90s and shit, we saw some sexual stuff from time to time. My mom had to, like, cover my eyes in different movies and shit. See, there's whole ass rape in fucking, like, comic. This has been going around in TikTok recently, or some shit. Sarah was showing me stuff. I'm old enough to where my wife is who looks at me, brings the phone over and goes, "Look at this TikTok," and then I watch the TikTok. That's how I do it. Anyway. There's whole ass rape in like fucking Revenge of the Nerds, and I grew up watching that movie. Like it's not rare for there to be like sexual assault or nudity or pretty fucked up shit, racism. Anyway, we can keep hearing these gents talk. Oof, Revenge of the Nerds. But clutching your pearls over something that relax.
Be condemned and called out.
Why do you think Christians, struggle to take a hard stance on this, man? I guarantee you, if we surveyed, 100 Christians, I would say about 60% of Christians have a passive approach. Why do you think that modern Christians are so accepting of things that are clearly sins in the Bible?
Because they're queer as well, or know people that are. Yeah, that's it. That's the whole thing. It's just normalized. It's cat's out of the bag, man. You lost. Your culture is whack. Your belief is whack. It's not true. It's not real. You believe in fucking delusions, and you literally both make a living by like fucking dancing for white people, and it's so sickening. It's so fucking gross. I guess from my perspective, as like, I'm such a woke white guy. Like, it's like, what is the word? It's like slipping from my brain. It offends me that you think I want you to dance for me. You know what I mean? It offends me that there is somehow you find virtue in, adopting certain aspects of white hegemony to please me or guys like me. It bothers me on a personal level that you think that I'm shallow enough to be pleased by something like that, or the other people are, and obviously, there's lots of white guys that actually are. They love that shit. It's gross.
Well, that's because it's a three-part thing. The first thing is I think the devil works in very clever ways, meaning 20
He actually believes in full on fucking demons, by the way. I don't know about Brandon, although I think he would in this call be like, "Oh yeah, I totally believe in demons, Brandon." Or Bryson. Brandon and Bryson. Look, it's kind of a cute pairing. Anyway, he full on believes in like crazy shit.
years ago, more Christians would have been open to speak out about it. But now, everybody has gay friends, gay cousins, gay brothers, gay.
Exactly. Everybody has gay family, and they're like, "Whoa, I love my family, and it doesn't affect me at all negatively for them to be whoever they are in their own time." Right? Oh, wow. That's so crazy, Bryson.
Sisters, gay sons, gay daughters, or they kids got gay friends, and when it's your family, the devil can use your family to try to trick you, which is why Jesus said to serve me, you have to put me above your family members. So I think that
Wow, that sounds pretty fucking miserable. Sounds pretty fucking terrible. And then you die and nothing happens. You don't go to heaven, actually, right? Because it's not real. So, like, he's just miserable and then he dies. I'm an anti-theist. This is bad for Bryson. This is bad for the people around him and his family and his wife, who makes him well-done steak bites from Costco. That's not a joke. He brags about it.
that's one that a lot of people are passive about it because they have relationships with people that's in that field. And two, I think is biblical illiteracy. A lot of people don't really know what the Bible truly says about it, even though I feel like what the Bible says about homosexuality is Bible 101. But people don't know that it's viewed as an abomination in God's eyes versus a regular sin, which means
This motherfucker couldn't even talk about Genesis in regards to original sin with me properly, and he thinks he can talk any deeper into the book. It's nuts. This guy is very stupid. Bryson is like there's some part of him that is conscious of his nefarious ways. Of course, he's a hater on purpose. He's homophobic on purpose. Like, it's part of his brand. But also he's very fucking dumb.
means this particular sin is something that disgusts God to the point where in Romans 1 you see that when Romans 1 mentions homosexuality, it says these people become reprobate, and reprobate literally.
I wonder why he was so personally inspired to look up verses in the Bible about homosexuality. Do you think he has an internal fight with this? That'd be pretty odd.
Means mentally too far gone. So and not to say all homosexuals are in that thing. I'm just saying like that sin could lead to a reprobate mind more so than other sins. And
a reprobate mind as written by Paul, a guy from thousands of years ago who himself was conservative for the time.
And then third, I feel like Christianity is just people are taught to be passive, right? We're all terrible people. They're just as terrible as us. We're no different. We're not set apart. They think love thy neighbor means to not rebuke your neighbor. When love thy neighbor, people think love thy neighbor. Jesus, he's the only person that said it in the Bible. But Jesus was literally quoting Leviticus chapter 19 when he said love thy neighbor. And if you read Leviticus 19, it gives you the instructions on how to love thy neighbor, which includes rebuking them and sin.
Yeah, I love your take on it, man, because every time you say something, whether I agree with you or not, I know for a fact that you're going to say something out of the Bible and it's going to cause me to have to go and look it up.
Oh, that's good. Whether I agree with you or not, I have to go look it up in the Bible. Yeah. What a... Go. It's such an insidious practice to just say, like, oh, I can look at Scripture, and then you find a combination of words that agrees with your point of view. Because there are, like, thousands and thousands of pro-gay Christian scholars who use other verses in the Bible to say that this isn't reasonable to hold to, like the changing of the covenant and stuff. Then why does God allow it to happen if it disgusts him so much? Also, he makes it sound like being gay is on par with murder. Sin makes no sense at all. Well, of course he thinks that. Because he's stupid. God allows gays because... Well, he's not real. But, like, God allowing gays in universe, like, in canon with the Bible, would be... The only way you can describe it is to give people preloaded sins to torture them during their mortal life, you know?
Because I almost feel like anytime I disagree with some of the things that you said, you go, well, it's in the Bible. And I go look it up, and I'm like, well, hey, I got to change my approach on it because it's in the Bible. Now, they criticize us as Christians, because I'm a Christian, you're a Christian. They criticize us for supporting Donald Trump. And in my
Yeah, man, because he's not a Christian.
personal opinion, I don't endorse Donald Trump's lifestyle. I don't know Donald Trump. I have no idea what he's doing. I endorse the policies that he's implementing, which I think will help Christians and help this country.
He's the worst DM, you know? Maybe. Devil is canon stronger than God for some reason. Big time.
What's your take on the criticism? Like, what would you say against people who criticize and say, Bryson, you claim that you're a Christian, but you support Donald Trump?
Well, I don't support him anymore because of that fact. But typically when somebody is criticizing you for supporting Trump... And
hold on. I want to make sure I'm clear on it. You said you don't support Donald Trump. We got to talk about that. So
no, sir.
You don't support Donald Trump at all anymore. You want would you vote for him?
I'm voting red down the ballot in Tennessee, but for the general election, I'm probably going to write in somebody.
Huh. Interesting. Is it because he's a felon now? God's idea of a good time at the table. This is actually good. I love him talking anti-Trump here, so that other people, so he loses votes. That's great.
You gotta tell me how that occurred. So I want to hear more about that. So because of certain LGBTQ issues or something that Trump did, makes you where you will not vote for him.
I don't know who wrote their campaign, but the lore of their God is kind of wacky and poorly written. True.
It's not even just the LGBT thing, because he was teetering the line with that even beforehand. But it started with the jab, and then I feel like that opened my mind. See, the thing with Trump is I feel like so many people...
The jab. The vaccine stuff that he was bad about and late on. I see.
Will lie on Trump, and they still lie on Trump. That makes me think everything I disagree with is a lie about Trump, rather than looking and saying maybe this is like legitimate.
Wow. The way, like, that's not like a super great way to come to the right answer, but okay.
And after the jab, Trump sort of lost that. For me, he lost that bulletproof vest, where it's like, okay, now I'm actually looking to see what's going on. And the jab was so bad, it's still bad. That's how crazy the jab thing was. And then you toss that in with the LGBT. He hosted, people don't even understand this because he didn't promote it that much, but he hosted LGBT parade, not a parade, but a gala at Mar-a-Lago to celebrate a Joe Biden policy it was codifying the same-sex marriage law or whatever. And it was to celebrate that policy. And Trump spoke and said he's going to do everything he can for the LGBT community.
I think it's funny that he can't stand Trump pandering to the LGBT community in Mar-a-Lago. Like, no policies that he is for will help gay people or whatever. Interesting.
And then, even recently, he just held a fundraiser for with the LGBT, his wife Melania, for the Trump campaign. And then they're hosting another one. Again, and to me, that's just so disrespectful. And then the abortion issue, which was really the last straw for me, because he used to be more pro-choice. Then he said being the president make him become more pro-life. And then the people don't remember, he said literally on the town hall, a CNN town hall, that women that get abortions should be punished. So basically saying it should be illegal. And then he went from that to now saying that people like DeSantis, and I think DeSantis is soft, but he called DeSantis' policy on abortion too harsh. So now he's basically pro-choice. And that's three strikes you out. And then I don't even want to bring up the Jan 6 stuff because that pissed me off. But that pissed me off more on a personal level than
Jan 6 stuff.
I guess a policy level, but everything else.
We'll talk about it. What happened with the January 6th stuff?
Yeah. Are you mad? Are you mad that they did it? That'd be interesting. He's always fighting with Christians on Twitter because he's saying that they're not far right wing enough. Well,
here's the thing: we were all out there because we believe that I'm trying to say this in a way that don't get banned, but we believe that our votes
Yeah, man.
didn't.
Yeah, dude. He was there.
You know, we believe our votes weren't counted as they should have been in 2020, and I still believe that, by the way. But
Cause you're dumb as fuck, man.
when the stuff happened and Jan 6, especially when all the videos came out, Trump actually, his next speech was literally throwing Jan 6ers under the bus. And people act like he didn't have time. He had time to pardon Jan 6ers. As a matter of fact, the MAGA Viking, and he's still supporting Trump, which is like.
That's what I thought it would be, is that he didn't dive into the Jan 6 shit enough.
I hope MAGA cannot turn on him. But he's still supporting Trump. But he cried out and said, Trump, we need your help, when they locked him up. And he didn't get it. I performed a benefit concert for him for free to support Jan 6ers. I did that for multiple Jan 6ers. And meanwhile, Trump wasn't doing any of it when he could have. And people try to say he couldn't have, but yes, he could have, because that's the power you have as president. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, a lot of it was crazy.
Yeah, you know, the funny thing is that every point that you made, I agree with you on. Except I'd still vote for him. Like, let me just go back. I despise when he pushed the LGBTQ stuff and they got gays for Trump. And, you know, some of these people that are in our movement that'll be, you know, I don't want to drop their names, but I just don't like the stuff, man. I don't think you can play in the middle. They got a person called MAGA Queen or Lady MAGA or something like that.
They don't even know what they're mad about. You got a guy, MAGA Queen, MAGA, Lady MAGA, I don't know. You just realized, I said this was Bryson Gray at the beginning. Were you here at the beginning? What did you do? What happened? The MAGA drag queen? Oh. I didn't know they had one of those. Good for them.
An embarrassment. These people are absolute embarrassments to the conservative movement, and they endorse them, which I do not like. Donald Trump screwed the pooch when it comes to the jab. He did. He still pushed it. He still haven't denied it. And I think the mRNA vaccine is probably killing more people than we imagine.
That's fucking crazy. First of all, it's been very successful. Second of all, the research that has gone into mRNA vaccines have been used in very successful tests to target cancer cells in like rats and shit, and they're moving. Have they moved, or they're about to move towards human tests? It's been like really super successful in killing lots of forms of cancer by like programming the mRNA to like target the cancer cells. It's crazy, super cool.
Causing so many issues with reproductive systems in women and all kind of stuff. So I disagree with him on that. I disagree with the way he handled a lot of stuff. January 6th, you're 100% right. He should have pardoned them. He did come out and kind of condemn them when everybody was there because of him. But at the same time, I look at these devils who are Democrats, and I look at the Republican
devils. The devils. We can't be a serious fucking country when we have a large population running around with magic thoughts in their fucking heads, okay? We literally cannot do it. This shit is so stupid.
Party, and I say, I may not agree with everything, but I may vote for him. Bryson, hold on 1 second. We're getting ready to go to the break. I'm running out of time. I got to have you back because I want to finish this conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all hold the phone. Bryson Gray and I'll be back after the break. I have Bryson Gray back with me. Bryson, how do people follow you on social media?
Instagram, Bryson Creates.
Cool.
Bryson Gray on YouTube.
Cool.
And I have some more stuff I want to talk to you about, Bryson, because I'm telling you, like I said,
No.
I think we agree on all this stuff. Stevie Wonder can see that Trump dropped the ball in a few areas, even more so than what we're talking about right now. The only difference is I look at the landscape and I say, if Joe Biden gets back in the office, every single thing that we complain about Donald Trump doing right now, and the whole LGBTQ, the election stuff, the Jan 6ers, I mean, you name it, Christianity, all that stuff is going to get extremely blown out of proportion and worse if Trump don't get in. Do you agree with that, or you see it differently?
In some cases, yeah. In some cases, no. I think we have enough information from the last three presidents to understand where things are going, it's socially or economically. So, economically, I believe things will get worse when Biden is in office. Socially, I think it's already getting worse. It got worse when Trump was in office, and it got worse than that when Biden was in office. It's going to get worse because no president is stopping it. So,
I would love to talk to Bryson about how you stop people from being gay or trans or whatever. Of course, he would have some authoritarian approach to it, but it's like that doesn't stop them. That you just like try to kill them or something, make their lives difficult. It stops nothing. It's just a lack of fundamental understanding of reality. Like human beings permutate evolutionarily in fascinating ways. We have a varied and interesting society. Like we're an interesting organism. We're a fascinating animal. We need to just understand that some of us are going to be certain ways and some of us are going to be others. It's crazy to try to bottle, like you try to tell me as a human that I can't experience something I want to experience, and like my natural human instinct is to go, oh, well, I'm going to do it then. Right? I think that's most people. So I don't understand why, even if you believe that, don't you want to go to heaven without all these reprobates, as you call them? Don't you not want them to be there or whatever? Don't you want them to go to hell, bro? What's that about? You want to hang out with a bunch of gay people in heaven then? Yikes. Is that what your kind of heaven would be? It's kind of a catch-22 for a Christian, isn't it?
Under Obama, like this is an objective fact. Now, when I say this, I'm not saying that it's because of the person. I'm saying that this is a fact. More teachers were pushing homosexuality in schools in office than they were when Obama was in office. And
what does that mean, pushing homosexuality? You mean being gay and a teacher or something? Cool.
Obama pretty much spearheaded the LGBT nonsense. Now, you go to Joe Biden, more teachers are pushing homosexuality in schools under Joe Biden than they did under Trump.
What does that mean?
So why is this? Well, why is it not ever going the opposite way? Because none of them are stopping it. They're not stopping it because, I mean, in reality,
I don't think it went down under Trump at all. I think counterculturally it got louder. Like, I absolutely think that Donald Trump's 4 years in office radicalized people toward the left in droves. Absolutely. And in so doing, not only made people more allies toward the LGBTQ community, but also more members of it because they were like, oh, wait, I can just do that? I don't have to fight it. I can just be accepted by this big swath of, the world? And it's like, well, yeah. Yeah, you can hang out. We're not all fucking Bryson Gray, man. We're all, some of us are normal.
reality, they don't plan to stop it. So in that realm, when it comes to Christianity, I think all these presidents are bad for Christianity. I don't think one is going to be more worse than the other, even though the rhetoric may seem more worse than the other one. But I mean, I don't understand the difference between Trump and Biden with the LGBT, except for one may seem more aggressive. Donald Trump said Bruce Jenner can use any bathroom he wants in his house. He said he's going to do everything he can for the LGBT community. I mean, it's just the same rhetoric Biden used. Now, economically, you are correct, which is why I do not get mad when Christians say they're still vote for Trump. I had a conversation about this with Corey Yeshua, because economically, Trump is clearly the better option. I mean, there's no, but for me personally, I'll cut off family members for less than what Donald Trump did.
I've cut off family members less than for what Donald Trump did. Dude, he must live such a fucking shitty life. It's so obvious. Like, this guy too, I'm not joking when I say he eats these like little slices of fucking well done steak, and he like brags about it. He's like, yeah, I mean, look at this shit.
Well done steak for lunch, like a true champion. A1 sauce. It gotta be well done, gang. It gotta be well done.
This isn't well done. This is just gray. You can cook a well done steak. You could cook it to well done if you want. I would prefer it was something like, not like a sirloin or something, usually better a lower one, but like a ribeye, that would be pretty good. Not as good, but it's pretty good because you got enough fat in there, run her through. Practicing to eat the boot. Fuck. He's practicing to eat the boot. I'm stealing that. I'm not gonna remember. I'm gonna try to though. I'm gonna try to remember.
Now, Chris for less than what Donald Trump did. I called out Lecrae for just not answering a question correctly in a TV interview. So I feel like I have to be logically consistent and not be a hypocrite, because being a hypocrite is a terrible thing. So for me personally, I gave Trump more strikes than I would give anybody else because I was a Trump fan. I was a real Trump fan. So I gave him more, more grace than everybody else, but sometimes it runs out.
Right, but wouldn't it be this? This is the way I look at Trump, right? Because I don't really know him personally. I like him. I don't like none of the stuff that we said. That
I agree with everything you said because I'm a spineless fucking loser. God, like you could see his personality. He went to school and lifted weights because he's actually a scared little boy, dude. Like, what the fuck? What is this shit? You have a guy on here and you can't say like, oh, well, actually, I disagree with that. Crazy ass kisser. Except for all the stuff you said. I like him, though. Like, fucking what?
That we had both agreed that he had done. But when I think about...
We both agreed? Bryson talked nonstop and you just sat there. We both agreed about that stuff. All the times that I agreed with you, just say, fucking shut up.
The vote. I'm thinking about not voting for a person, right? Trump is not necessarily to get my vote. America is getting my vote.
America!
He's just a part of the overall big picture or the avenue or vehicle to get it done. I'm thinking I'm voting for these taxes. I'm voting to secure the border. I'm voting for a lot of...
It's crazy. So they want to cut taxes for everybody, right? They want all the taxes gone, like fucking obliterate it all. And they want to fund the fucking border wall? Make it make sense. So we could get rid of that and fund a border wall, but we can't get health care?
A lot of things that I think that he, as a vehicle, can accomplish. Because at some point in 4 years, he'll be out of there, and it'll be someone else's turn. My fear is that if we don't get the policies elected, not the person, but the policies elected, there may be things that may be irreversible. Like when it comes to the Supreme Court, if they somehow...
Oh, fucking please. This is the Supreme Court. We cannot let Donald Trump appoint justices twice over 12 years, okay? That's worse than just having him beat Biden the fucking last time. That's worse. Him winning this time is worse than winning last time. It's kind of like a Death Star situation. It's a bigger Death Star with more lasers. It's just the same threat over and over, but it's worse. Like, their Project 2025 shit is actually pretty bad, man. We should vote for Joe Biden and hope that he perishes in office of natural causes, okay? It's Star Killer based. This is what we should do, though, okay, gang?
Find a way to win the House and Senate and the presidency, and they pack the Supreme Court. We are going to lose every battle ever created by man.
Let's go. I'm so ready for that. God damn. Big blue wave. Look, also, just saying, Big Gretch, she might be running, baby. Big Gretch might be the next one up. I don't want to lose her, but, I mean, I can be governor, of course.
And if they get rid of Electoral College, which I don't know how close they are to doing that.
Get rid of the Electoral College. Then it's fucking over. Your Southern strategy's gone. You just got to be popular. You just got to be popular.
And if they were to get rid of the Electoral College, if they retain power, they will never relinquish power ever again in America.
Yes, they will, because then what would happen is conservatism would be stamped out as a political stance, and you would have two new branches of, like, leftists and, like, center... you'd have capitalists and leftists. Look, I'm making... Look, I told you I ape out in my fucking living room. Take all my clothes off. You better believe I'm taking my clothes off. And if we ever get a fucking total destruction of the Republican Party, oh my fucking God. Fire me up. There's nothing... dude, oh, that would be the best thing we could ever do. You get rid of the actual fucking whole Republican Party as like from a financial standpoint, right? You just ruin them. Like in Michigan right now, they're actually bankrupt. They don't have candidates to run. They're winning here and there, but like, with privately funded guys. But like, we don't have a GOP here in Michigan. Come on. We could do it. The Democrats aren't even good. They just like, this is the thing. That would be the new split. It would have to be. Because now the policies are about what can you do for the people, right? What do the people want most? And every single fucking leftist policy is most popular. Every single one of them. Like, the stepping stone ones that we talk about all the time.
And we will be completely doomed. So mine is when people have a problem with Trump, there's a means.
We won't be doomed. We'll be fucking space lasers, dude. Space communism, here we go.
To an end, right? I mean, it's like, let's just get these policies in place. Let's stop the bleeding, and then eventually we can then go back to trying to have a fair evaluation of presidents.
You get rid of the Electoral College, I'll come.
Have I convinced you to vote for Trump or not?
No, sir. And the reason why is because even economically, right? Trump is great. Clearly, everybody can experience that when they go to the grocery store. I just left the grocery store, so I understand. But like inflation.
I went to the grocery store today. My little local place. It was like under $40 for a bunch of really good produce. I agree that shit is really high, but a lot of the stuff that's really high is outside of breadbasket areas, places that make their own produce. And I'm fortunate enough to live in Michigan. We seem to have fine stuff. I think oil prices are still fucking people, and obviously. There have been the number one thing that has not been Joe Biden at all. It has been, in fact, price gouging that has been proven to be happening all over by corporations, and now they're having to lower their prices to compete. You see this in like fast food and stuff. McDonald's is losing huge shares of stuff because they gouged all their prices because people were ordering more often during COVID and shit. Like everybody was. So it's a whole thing. I love produce.
Inflation is not
growing my own as well. I planted potatoes today, Chad.
Biden's fault. Inflation has a lot to do with the amount of money that Trump spent because of COVID, which I feel like that's why they did the thing with COVID. But he chose to spend a lot of money, which is part of the reason we have such a high inflation right now. And as far as the Supreme Court thing, the Supreme Court, they're not about to overturn Obergefell. So I don't, it's like the Supreme Court now, we like them because they did one thing, right? And they left it to the states. But then when you look at the other things that they have done, even the Trump appointees, what they have done, it's been terrible stuff. Even immigration. Trump just said that if you graduate college in America, you should get a green card. Everybody, hey, you came in here illegally, but you found a way to graduate college. Hey, you're good. So and a lot of these things I do.
What a crazy thing. What a crazy thing to say, man. You shouldn't have to graduate college to become a citizen of the United States at all. You should just be able to be a citizen of the United States if you want one. If you want to be one. I'm totally fine with, like, vetting people that you let in. It makes practical sense. I'm fine with making practical sense. I'm fine with keeping tabs on people that come in. I'm fine if there's even, like a period of time where it's like, okay, but if you kill somebody, we gotta send you back. Or whatever crimes you decide are send backable. Preferably not, like, fucking speeding tickets and shit. But like real serious stuff that we wouldn't actually want in our communities, violent stuff or whatever, sex crimes. Like, I'm fine if you have a deportation rule for that kind of shit. In fact, I would be fine if you implemented a deportation rule for like white guys that the white Christians that are all around. We can send them all to where's the worst place in America? Death Valley. Send them all to Death Valley. And they have to like live like Rust. We drop them in the middle of Death Valley, like in the game Rust, and they have to live in tin huts.
I do feel like Trump is better than Biden, but what I care about the most, really the only thing I care about when it comes to me voting is my faith, because our faith is what's truly under attack. Like, people think conservatives.
Hell yeah, brother, your faith is under attack. I attack your faith. Your faith is dumb. It's very stupid. It doesn't lead you in good directions.
Get back and they support Trump. Stop it. Call out the LGBT. Then that's when you experience.
Call off the LGBT. No! I hereby command my forces as I don't know, my general, as a fucking commander of this horde of cobs to assault the religions. Assault them. Make them see how gay you are during Pride Month. It ruins their lives, apparently. It ruins them.
real censorship. You know, the Trump thing is one thing, but you call it the LGBT, that's when you experience real censorship. And Trump,
That's real censorship. You can't say hate speech, man. That's crazy. Like, it's not. Did you know that racism is also one? You are protected under this, and you ought to be. And I know that he would disagree, but I have been in his mentions a lot on purpose. Every time I see him quote tweeting one of his far right-wing lunatic fans for being fucking racist at him, I go, see, look, they're all racist. Why don't you reconsider? Every single time I see it, I'm in his mentions, making sure that he knows that I'm seeing him seeing it, okay? I want him knowing that I know that he is alone in this community. None of them are with you. You're alone. It's not real. You do not have to be here. You don't have to be religious.
Trump is not doing nothing to stop that. He's not going to do nothing to stop that because Trump's spending all his time trying to please everybody, which is an impossible thing to do.
So let's talk about your music. You're in Missouri right now. I think in Missouri, right? You're in Missouri right now and performing.
Yes, sir.
Is there a new album coming out? Or you have some new?
Oh, I don't care about that. That's the end of the video. I'm not gonna listen to him promote whatever fucking dog shit he's. Hey everybody, my name's Bryson, and I'm here to say I hate the gays in a major way. It's not because I'm gay. I'm definitely not. I don't think that guys are hot. That's what his song is. Anyway, so I do not agree with religious people or think I don't agree with the notion that we need to be polite to religious people. They should feel as though they are not accepted in social circles, and we should make pariahs of them all. And now I realize that maybe a lot of you might be like, well, I haven't been segregating the people I know based on religious ties. You probably didn't know you were doing it, but a lot of the people that you've cut out of your life are religious. A lot of them are. Not to say every non-religious person doesn't need to be cut out either. It doesn't automatically make you a good person, okay? There are atheists who suck. But being right about real life will help you make more correct decisions and have a better fucking approach. They should all feel uncomfortable to, like, talk about their faith as if it has any sort of bearing on anyone else's fucking life. They should be made to feel fools anytime they bring it up in public or try to make you feel bad about being whoever the fuck you are, okay? Don't let them fucking think they can high road you because they believe in some bullshit, okay? They believe in some bullshit. And we just have like a social fucking faux pas on not talking to them about it, and it's dumb as fuck. They don't get to abuse you. They should be the ones who are abused for this thing. Matchbox 20.